some stuff came out recently from Jeff Risdon, longtime beat reporter for the Detroit Lions. He does a Detroit podcast, I believe, Detroit Lions podcast, I believe it's called. He's doing a mailbag segment, and he had this to say about Jameson Williams.
Next player most likely to get extended. And Sam gave me 3 choices. Jake Bates, Brock Wright, Jameson Williams. JMO is getting done sooner than later. Very, very, very extraordinarily confident on that. Ebulliently confident on that.
I think there's important context for this one. It's the fact that it was a mailbag segment. He was asked specifically 3 names.
He did.
I don't necessarily mean there's a Jameson Williams contract coming soon.
That's literally what he said. Like, he was asked about the 3 names, and he said JMO, but then he also added that it's going to get done sooner than later. Like, that was something he sprinkled on top. If it was just who between, what was it, Brock Wright, somebody else, and JMO gets their extension done first, if he just said JMO, then there wouldn't be much to it. But he said it's going to happen sooner than later, which means they're probably actively in the works of getting it done right now.
I don't believe that to be the case.
Why?
Simply based off what Brad Holmes said. I don't know, man. I really wish he'd come on the show, clear it up a little bit, because I don't think there's anything going on with Amon-Ra. I think the number one priority right now is Aiden Hutchinson. You got a veteran linebacker, captain of your team, Alex Anzalone. You have JMO for 2 years now. I think maybe speculative based on his OTA performance and a lot of the hype surrounding around that, which I'm totally bought into, by the way. Like I think that very well is going to be a thing, like, especially with the new offensive coordinator Johnny Moe, who loves explosive players. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I think where I'm going to ride with this one in terms of like deciding what's going on is the general manager Brad Holmes and what he said in the owners meeting, where he was basically like, it's a lot of money.
Can you pull that video so we can get the exact content? Because I do remember what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And
it didn't look good.
He talked about how it was.
And I'm not saying it's not going to happen.
It's going to be a lucrative contract because of the nature of the position and what he's going to demand on the market. And we got a pizza bet on this.
Yes, there is a confirmed pizza bet on JMO.
On JMO re-signing with the Lions.
Yes.
So I'm pushing for it, not only because I think JMO is going to be a freak this year, but I mean, I think it would be in the best interest of the Lions to get it done right now, personally, because, like I said, I expect him to be around a first-team All-Pro this year. So if you wait, then the price of brick goes up even more. Jameson Williams is one of, if not the most explosive players in the NFL. You could tell that based on his touchdown average compared to his touches, based on his yards per reception, based on having over 1,000 yards with under 60 receptions last year. Like, the guy is just an absolute freak of nature. And
I'm not denying none of that stuff.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
I'm talking about the contract stuff.
And I think that now that we saw the way they paid Kirby Joseph and the way they structured that contract, I think you can expect more contracts to be structured that way to keep the core and the most important parts of this team intact for this Super Bowl run. And we have heard nothing but that from Dan Campbell and Johnny Morton, that Jameson Williams is an extremely important part of this team, a guy they're going to lean on, a guy they're going to rely on a lot when it comes to winning a Super Bowl and being a team in contention. So I think he is, the way that the coaching staff is talking about him, he is one of the guys that they want to keep and they want to lock down, and rightfully so because of who he is. So
we'll show the Brad Holmes video.
We'll see.
I couldn't find that, but I got Jeff Risdon on Twitter comment on the story that broke with that one from Detroit Times. It says, Sooners next season, nothing is imminent. So he kind of clarified that. That's where I'm at. That made no sense, the statement, based on what Brad Holmes said himself. And it's like kind of on the back burner now, feeling things out, which is exactly what the situation should be. And I do think Jameson Williams would make that a very, very, very tough decision for Brad Holmes to make. Because as you said, I think he has the skill set, just the raw ability to be the best wide receiver in the league.
Yep.
And as I broke it down before, not in the way that you see in a Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase, the way you think of a Tyreek Hill, where he's just so goddamn fast. There is nothing you can do about it, but maybe say a prayer.
Yeah.
He doesn't embarrass you on that play, in that game. But again, I think it's more of a next season conversation than now. I guess is what I was trying to, clarify for everybody before everyone got excited. I think it's going to happen soon.
Yeah, no, I think it's just good to hear about it in that context.
Yeah.
Instead of, probably not because it's going to cost too much money. I think it's good to hear saying, a beat reporter saying that. So
and at least you have 2 more control years too, with the, what I'm saying, with the franchise tag either way.
Yeah, if they franchise tag him. But, yeah, like I said, I think now that we've seen the Kirby Joseph deal done, because I know that was a hang-up for you, was if the Lions and Brad Holmes would be willing to give out the type of contracts that we see the Eagles and teams like that give out, to where it's these backloaded contracts. And now we've seen them do it.
Yeah.
So that creates a lot of cap flexibility.
DJ Reed's got a $17 million void year in like 27.
Yeah, that creates a lot of flexibility to where you can convert so much of Goff's money into a signing bonus to get J-Mo. They're going to do it. I think they're going to do it. And I think
that takes cash to do. So shout out to Sheila Ford for being willing to
putting
do
the
that.
money up there. Yeah,
and Mike Disner for hiding it up, you know what I'm saying, tucking them away where they need to belong so you can keep these guys. Yeah, because you guys have a lot of tough decisions coming up. My favorite player, one of my favorite players, Brian Branch. I don't know. I think it happened because he's so goddamn good.
Yeah.
But like when I say it out loud, like they reset the market twice at the safety position, at the same position. Like it's kind of crazy.
I subscribe to the fact of if you have 2 All-Pro safeties and Aiden Hutchinson, you can just continuously rotate young cornerbacks. Like continuously draft young cornerbacks to put in there, play on rookie deals because you know the back end is locked down with Kirby and Branch, and you know you got Hutch going after the quarterback.
Absolutely. The whole philosophy with their man coverage is to squeeze shit over the top because you have those playmakers. 1,000,000%.
So I could see them going that route, honestly. Yeah. And obviously we don't got to worry about Terrion for another 4 years. You don't got to worry about Ennis for 3 years. So
you saw him do it when Hutch was healthy. They led the league in turnovers.
Yeah.
Up until obviously a few more injuries kicked down the line. But
a lot of injuries made that defense fall apart for sure. But that's what it's built towards, and I think that is very good. Like you have to re-sign Brian Branch. You cannot allow Brian Branch to walk. He is a defensive player of the year guy. Like that guy is going to be. You talked about he did something that nobody's done in 100 years.
Yeah.
Like the guy's a freak.
Yeah, that's honestly insane.
Broder's big Branch guy. I know that.
Love Brian Branch.
Love Brian Branch.
Yeah, he's the.
I love that you have a team. You give the highest or the richest contract in NFL history to a safety who's the second best safety on your team.
Yeah,
I said the same thing.
Insane.
And by the way, it's not dismissive of Kirby at all. Kirby's amazing.
A stud.
Brian Branch is that fucking good, dude.
He's really good.
Oh man,
were you got him on the laptop? Fuck the Packers.
Shout out. That is a legendary moment.
Fuck the Packers, exactly. Draft night. That's why we got Brian Branch.
Yep.
What an
shout out
absolute
Gutekunst.
miss.
Better GM than Brad Holmes, but gave him one of the best defensive players in football.
That. Yeah, because his 40 time wasn't fast enough. That's how we got Brian Branch. That's how he slid. Yeah. I'm feeling good about the J-Mo and the re-signing. I mean, you were ahead where you didn't think we could fit him with everybody. So
yeah,
if he's saying this right now, I got faith. That sounded like there's a deal to getting worked on.
We tweeted out just now. Nothing's imminent. He meant sooner, as in like next offseason. Rhett Risden, that is.
Can I ask you a question real quick, Easy? Because you're
sir.
a percentage of the cap guy.
Yes.
Do you think this team can be successful with $60 million tied up in 2 wide receivers?
I guess it really just depends on what we see from Johnny Moe and the play calling. It's going to be tough.
That's tricky, right?
It's very tough.
Good problem to have.
Eagles just did it. Like I mean, not $60 million, but per capita, like they had 2 top 10 paid wide receivers last year.
It's definitely going to be tough.
So it's definitely, you got to find different ways to make it work. But I believe that Mike Disner and Rod Wood and those guys are going to they're going to make it work.
Yeah, because I mean, we just talked about how much we love Brian Branch. That's coming up next year, along with the Jameson wins conversation. That's one that might reset the market.
Brian Branch is going to get done. There's literally no way.
Aiden Hutchinson, another situation, might reset the market at the position. I think that's why they're waiting on that one, because Hutch is like, hey, no, I'm worth like resetting the market or at least matching that. And we're like, well, you're coming off this. You know, we have all pro. You know, there's certain stuff in there that you layer in there to make more money with, but. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I don't know if it happens, bro. I don't know if they'll be able to do it. Because I think, due respect to Devontae Smith and they paid him, I think J-Mo's better.
Yes.
J-Mo projects to be better. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's better right now.
I don't know. All I know is for damn sure, though, you got the 5th-year option, and then you have the franchise tag. Yeah, then afterward, I don't think anybody should be tripping. He's going to be here contributing to like winning football for at least the next 2 years.
He's not worried about it.
No.
He's having a good time. He's go.
And he shouldn't be.
This is
Keep
a
your head
contract
down and
year.
earn your bread.
This is a
He knows it's
contract
going to
year.
come from someone regardless.